Hi, or moi moi as we say in Finland. Welcome to Porvoo, Finland. We're here by the seaside. I'm Jukka, your happiness coach, an entrepreneur from Finland. It's very nice to have you here. We're gonna be finding out ways to increase our happiness by staying active today. I'm gonna have a challenge for you today, so if you want to join with some relaxing clothes, to do some exercises that are not only gonna increase your mental happiness, but your happiness physically, keep your body happy. So I'm gonna show you 5 Finnish exercises that are gonna be very good for you, especially if you're working at home, spending a lot of time at home. These are things that anyone can do. So it's not gonna be too stressful, too tight, but it's gonna be something that anyone can do to just feel good. And after that, we're gonna have a small relaxation, small breathing session. And my friend Antti is gonna take us sailing here in the archipelago. So that's gonna be something interesting. That's something that the Finns love to do in the summer, especially people who live here like Antti. So, are you ready? Do you feel ready? Do you feel energized? Do you wanna get your body going on? I'm definitely ready, so let's move on to the bodyweight exercises, or happiness exercises as we say here. Okay, so let's start the exercise by gently bouncing. This is something I like to do when I wake up in the morning and I want to get my body going on. So just slightly bouncing on your heels, activating your body. It's very good for your lymphatic system as well, and it wakes you up in the morning. One of the 3 things actually that I want to do in the morning to get my body going and refreshed as I wake up. All right, so we have branded these 5 exercises as well. The first one has something to do with the phenomena we have here in Finland, especially during the winter in Lapland. It's called the Northern Lights. I'm sure you've heard of it. What you want to have when you look at the Northern Lights, it's open neck. So let's do a few exercises that are very good for you if you're working with your computer daily. So just lean on the right and lean on the left. Lean on the right again and lean on the left. And slowly bring your head forward and bring it back. Now you can stretch a bit with your arms as well. And you can also lean forward with your hands and bringing your body to the second round. Reach back and exhale down. Reach back and exhale down to activate your spine simultaneously as well. Nice. So that's the neck. Neck is warmed up for sure now. And the next one is the spine. So let's start by reaching up again and exhaling down. And if you feel like it, you can increase the motion as well. You can reach a bit further up and back and exhale down. And reach up. I'm sure you can make a bit wider circle. Exhale down. And one more. This might be actually one of the things that I started my morning routine with. And exhale down. If you want to do one exercise, I suggest this. And the other side, reach up and exhale down. And reach up again and exhale down. And one more, reach up, and then you can lean backwards a bit and exhale down. Now you can wiggle a bit, catch your elbows with your hands, and slowly, gently come up vertebra by vertebra. And lean back a bit. Oh, a nice stretch. So the next one is the shoulder one. So that one, if you can find a wall that you can lean onto, that's nice, but you don't need it. And then you can just put your arms parallel and try to reach up, activate your shoulders, down, reach up, down, 2, reach up for 3, and reach down, reach up for 3, and a few more sets, reach up. Now you can feel it in your shoulders, reach down, and one more up. Nice, nice. And now the shoulders are activated as well, the Finnish shoulders. All right, and the next one is my favorite. It's actually wrists. So many of us who are working with computer or reading books have actually weak wrists or bad mobility for wrists. Something I like to do, this is surprising, it's actually something you can feel when you do it, is try to actually do this wood chopping wrist. So this is for chopping the woods, as we like to do here in Finland when we warm our saunas or our summer cottages, even in the summer. You have to have a strong forearm for that. So something you like to do is first put your hands straight. Try to get a 90-degree angle between your forearm and your wrist. And now try to get your fist formed up and squeeze a bit. Relax, squeeze, 10 of these. Relax, squeeze, open up again and squeeze again. Now you start to feel it in your forearms. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the last one, 10. Nice, and now just squeeze it up. How do you feel? Let's do a few more here on the downside as well. So you can put your arms 90-degree angle from the elbow, and same thing, try to squeeze your hands here. And this is where I definitely feel it as well. And this is something very good for you if you exercise anything that you have your wrists or your hands pushing something or doing push-ups or something. It's a good warm-up as well. Most people forget to warm up their wrists, and on longer time period they may get the tennis elbow also here. So a few squeezes more here and one more squeeze, 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 and then relax. Now how does that feel? All right, and then actually we have only one more set of movements going on. In Finland here, the summer is closing in. Actually, I feel that it now has just begun. And one thing that is definitely our national pastime is picking berries in the forest. And especially blueberries and lingonberries are my favorites. And what you need from your body is a natural movement pattern. The ability to have flexibility in your hips, to also, like I'm here barefoot, picking berries, so you have to be able to reach down. And this is something that's actually a natural resting position for us human beings. So let's try it. Let's come down to a squat position. And most people I know have some aching in their hips here, but let's just bounce a bit here first. And if you feel this tight, it doesn't matter if you stay here. It's opening up your hips. This is actually a very good exercise to do during your days if you sit a lot. And you can also open up your legs a bit, so it might make it easier as well. All right, nice. Then come up, relax your legs, maybe stretch a bit, and then do the second set. If that was easy for you, this is something I like to do daily as well. Take your left arm, left palm of your hand and grab your right ankle. And then look at your arm, your hand, and inhale, follow your hand up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3 more on this side. Inhale up. You can feel it in your shoulders probably, in your lower spine. Very good opening movement as a morning ritual as well. Inhale up. Exhale down. And one more, the last one. Inhale up. And exhale down gently. Nice, and let's do the other side. Inhale up and exhale down. Once more, inhale up and exhale down. And the third one, inhale up and exhale down. Nice. So that's definitely something that's going to open up your hips as well. How do you feel? Did you get all the way to the bottom? We are here at the beach, so we might be going to have a small breathing exercise by the pier there, if you join me. And also, good thing to remember that you do your breath workout or you have an exercise is always to do a cool down and just to relax. And what's a better location than this here? I think just watching at this is something that makes your mind calm In Finland we have very much nice nature. Actually 75% of Finland is forest, and on average a Finnish person has 200 meters to the closest forest. So now during summertime actually I like a lot coming to the seaside, but also I spend a few weeks of my summer holiday always in Lapland. So that's one of the things that I love to do here in Finland, because now actually I think it has already started the midnight sun. So basically the sun is not setting at all in Finland, in Lapland. And that's probably my favorite place. That I look forward to moving one day to Lapland as well. That's my dream actually. I invite you to visit Lapland as well. It's something that is very captivating. A lot of emotions because the nature is so gentle there. And in Lapland they actually say that instead of 4 seasons they even have 8 seasons there. So the nature is changing because of the light and the temperature changes around the year quite a lot. So yeah, I was thinking about showing you a small breathing exercise that I like to do after my workouts and also in the beginning of my days. Just keep it very simple, whatever good for you. Just relaxing and coming into your breath. So if you feel comfortable now, you can sit down, you can close your eyes and get a nice posture going on. It's always good to have a good posture so your lungs are free to move. And then just inhale in through your nose, long breath. Exhale down. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And now you can close your eyes if you haven't yet. And I want you to bring yourself mentally here by the seaside in Finland. Maybe you can hear the seagulls on the background. Maybe you can feel the summer breeze on your skin. And I invite you to think of one thing in your day today that you are grateful for. It can be something really mundane and daily. Maybe it can be a good chat with your loved one or your family member. Or then it can be maybe a good meal, something very simple, something that you feel that you are very grateful that you got to experience today. And exhale all of the tension out. And now you can open your eyes if you close them. How do you feel after breathing? Taking a moment, thinking about something that you're grateful for today. This is one of most important pillars of happiness for me in everyday life. Just recognizing that we can always find something positive in our days. And it's depending on us whether we choose to focus on the positive things or the negative things. But for me, at least when we talk about happiness and staying rooted, I think for me balancing out my life, nature has been the most important part. And I think it's one of the challenges with mental health today, that people are getting disconnected from the nature and the routines. We're part of the animal kingdom anyways when it comes to us human beings. And I think coming to nature is definitely part of keeping your calm and finding your own center. And as we're here, one of my favorite things in the summer is just being by the waterside. And as I am not the best sailor, I have a friend who's actually an expert on this. Moi Antti!
Moi moi! Welcome to my boat. My name is Antti, and that young guy over there is my son Joel. And this is my boat Morgana. I would first like to introduce my boat to you. She's a 53 years old mahogany boat designed by Tore Herlin in Sweden. She was also made in Sweden and it's in quite good condition still. Amazing work, I have to say. So it's 35 feet long, it's 10 meters and 50 cents. 6,500 kilos, and it's quite fast, I have to say. I have owned this boat for 15 years. This is my 4th sailing boat. I was 13 years old I was a Boy Scout. We had a summer camp in quite close here actually. And they had a small dinghies there. And then I had a possibility to try one. I have to say it was love at first sight. And then I sailed with my friends. They had small boats, and when I was 21, I bought the first boat of my own, small one, and then another one and another one. This is my fourth boat now. Sailing here is not that easy. The sea is not very big, but navigation is quite tricky. We have a lot of underwater stones and rocks and a lot of islands, and you really have to know where you are and where you are heading to. We are in Hamari. Hamari is a small village quite close to Porvoo, about 5 kilometers that way. The river Porvoo comes from there, and in here it reaches the sea. The sea begins here. And boating is very popular here. Almost everybody has a boat or at least access to the sea somehow. This is a boat, but to me this is also kind of a social entity. This is a place where you can meet people. You can tie very strong relationships. You sail together, you sleep together here quite closely, you eat together, you have plenty of time to talk and discuss and to go kind of in deeper subjects and so on. All the best friends of my adult life, they are from this boat. We have first kind of met here and talked and so on. And this is also a place to meet with yourself. You have time to think and to see how you react in different situations. And if there's a strong wind or storm, you have to act and have patience and stay calm. But if there's no wind at all, you really need that patience. Or of course we have the engine, so we can sail or drive by engine, but it's not that fun. Like in Finland, we have a very beautiful nature. We have a lot of islands. We have the sea. We have thousands of lakes. And in Finland, we have this so-called everyman's right. We can go to these islands. We have it's legally okay to go there, and but you just cannot go close to buildings and so on. You have to give people their space and so on, but you still have to access all these islands, and I think it's very special. Like in many other countries, it wouldn't be possible. There are quite many possibilities nowadays to do this island hopping. They can rent boats. Renting boats is quite popular actually, canoes, or they can take ferries to different islands, or they can take a bike and bike along the coastline and take a ferry to an island and so on. First, I would like to say that sailing is not that hard as many might think. You just need to learn how to navigate a little bit, how to use sails and the boat, of course, but still you can learn it quite fast. It's a different matter if you are racing, then it's more difficult to get the last 5% of the speed or last 10% of the speed. Then it takes a lot of skills and practice. But normally you just hoist sails. You have to observe the wind, where the wind is coming. Now it's there, north is there. For instance, it would be very easy to leave from here, just untie the ropes and go. Of course, you have to have all the safety gear with you and so on, and be careful, but still you cannot learn it otherwise. You just have to go. Day trips are quite nice, but still I prefer to stay for a night because it's very nice to sit here in the evening and drinking coffee or tea or whatever, and waking up in the next morning in a boat and planning the day and studying maps a little bit, and the feeling of leaving and arriving, it's great. In Porvoo area there's a place called Ekshär. It's a very nice place. We go there very often. The nature is great and open sea. You can see the horizon and so on. It's great. I also like to go to the west, Åland Islands and Hanko and beyond Hanko. There are a lot of beautiful islands there, but also east from Porvoo, a lot of beautiful islands, but much less people. There's always place for your boat in a harbor and so on. And sometimes we sail to Estonia as well. It takes one day sailing there, and nice places there as well. This is the most important knot you really have to know if you go sailing. It's called bowline knot, paalusolmu in Finnish. And there's a kind of a little story how to make it. First you make a pond or a little lake like this. And this is a dragon. Dragon comes out of this little lake, goes around this tree, and then goes back to this lake. You can trust this knot, and no matter how tight this is, you can always open it. You just do like this. Well, there are so many memories. I should take my logbook and read all the stories from there, but when the kids when they were young, they didn't have the patience to be in a boat for the long day. Then you had to kind of plan your way differently. We just spent like 4 or 5 hours in a boat, and then we came to a harbor, and then they were busy to go to play and then swim and so on. But nowadays, like last summer, he was the guy who steered the boat to Estonia and back, and I was just watching and checking. When you go to an island that you don't know, or to an island that you know, it's normal that the people walk around the island and observe the nature, animals, and maybe go swimming and maybe fishing also. So it's quite active life there. We just don't sit here and talk. We move a lot and walk and hopping from stone to stone, and it's good for your balance as well. You all know the Mummy House. Tove Jansson, who was the author of the Mummies, she spent her summers here in Pellinki area. It's an island over there, like I would say 15 miles from here. The model of that Mummy House came from an old lighthouse. This lighthouse was called Glusholmen, and I can show you. The lighthouse looked like this, and this was the model for Mummy House. It doesn't exist anymore like this, but but still it was like this. We are now we are not now in this map. We are somewhere here, but this is the place, Glusholmen, where the Mummy House was located, or this lighthouse was located at the time. And then there's also Klovharun, is a small island here where Tove Jansson spent a lot of time living there. And when it was stormy, I was told that the boats could not go close to these islands because it was quite rocky and difficult to go there. So she just jumped from the boat with her gears and swam to this island. So she was very tough lady, I have to say. When you sail, all your senses are kind of open. I can feel the air and temperature and how the boat goes. And I think when sailing, I can be the best version of myself with all my senses and a kind of a responsible mind and taking care of other people, my crew, and you know, enjoying the nature. And there are many places where you can rent a sailing boat, or you can kind of take you can be a member of a crew of a boat, or you can just ask if you have Finnish friends if they have boats. For instance, I would like to sail with people from abroad just to show them how great it is here in Finland. We made some sandwiches for ourselves. So there's we call this. This is kind of an archipelago bread. I don't know it's quite direct translation, but
how do you say it in Finnish?
Saaristolaisleipä.
Quite hard to pronounce.
Yeah, and then we have salmon and some eggs and onions. So, as the skipper of this boat, I have three values that are very important to me. It's my management system in this boat. The first is safety. I have to keep everybody safe. Nobody cannot get hurt or go to the water or anything like that. And also the boat must be in safe. The second is that we have to have a good time. The atmosphere in this boat has to be relaxed and open, and a lot of communications, and if people have special needs, we have to take into account those, and that, because when people have good time, then they come back again, and when they come back again, then we will become a team, and if there's a good team, we can also sail well. And that was my third principle or values, that we always have to sail as well as we can. But when we are safe, when we have good time, we spend time together, and then only then we can sail well and fast.
So would you summarize that these are the keys to your happiness and happiness when sailing?
Yeah, I would think so. You can take those things also to the shore if you want to, that you have to take care of other people, you have to treat them well, spend time with them, communicate, and it was great that I had this opportunity to tell you about this boat and sea, and you are very welcome.